Hello everybody. Welcome to a game called I think it's Classroom Reunion or something. I don't know much about this game. I was literally just going through Steam looking for games to play, and I saw this and I thought it would be interesting. So I'm kind of going into this blind. I don't really know what to expect. I read the description, so I'm assuming it's going to be like a horror type deal, but I'm not really sure. But with that being said, let's get into this game. I feel like these are let's hop right into it, shall we? 1. Tutorial. Press space to advance the story. 2. Type the gray pre-written text into the chat box if Amy is responding, and press the send button or enter to send it. Alternatively, if you can press the double arrow button to autofill the text. Okay. Interesting. Let us press space and continue, shall we? This game features descriptions of violence, gore, animal cruelty. Play with headphones on for full experience, I think. This story is a warning. You could be next. Oh boy. Kinda gave me goosebumps. Can't lie. Sometimes I wonder why they keep the convenience store open so long. Just like last night and the night before, barely any customers came. Whatever, as long as I get paid. Looks like it started raining right when I got home. Guess I was lucky. Can't open the window and let fresh air in without getting my laptop wet though. Hi. Alright. Should I kill time tonight? The big disadvantage of being awake when everybody else was asleep was that I had no one to chat with after getting home. Sometimes I'd play random games I'd find on the internet or watch some movie, unproductive stuff, which is probably a bad habit considering I hadn't figured out what direction to take my life in. Let me put on some music first. This is a perfect soundtrack for a chill rainy night. Huh? An email? I rarely get any emails. The manager usually contacts me via SMS. And my friends via full chat. Huh? It's an email by Blaze Marktree. I haven't heard that name in forever. Blaze is my old classmate. Blaze is an old classmate of mine. He is the smartest in our grade. No, probably the whole school. He is so generally kept people in arm's length. I barely knew anything about him because of that. Why is he sending me an email? Dear Amy Waterfield, my name is Blaze Marktree. You might remember me from our shared time at school. Recently, a couple of past classmates and I decided that it would be a great idea to catch up with everyone. This might serve as a great opportunity to reform connections and learn more about paths everyone has taken. Ideally, this could result in an in-person reunion in the future. I have linked an invitation to the group chat that we have created and all classmates below. Note that you will need to install a free piece of software called Bullchat to participate. Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Yours sincerely, Blaze Marktree. Oh my lord. Blaze Marktree. This mail was oddly formal for an invitation to a class reunion chat. The way Blaze had worded it made it seem like a business opportunity. Either way, this sounds like a great idea. The only person I kept in touch with since leaving school was my best friend Liv. Generally, I did not. I enjoy my time at school, and most people in my class were pretty cool. I'd also love to know what they're currently doing. Maybe they could give me some ideas for the future. Alright, it's settled. Time to join the group chat. Not that anyone would be online at this time anyways. Of course. Seems like there's 3 people aside from me that have joined the chat so far. Blaze, someone called Gigi, and someone called Mayike? Mayike? Oh, Blaze is running something. Seems like he is still awake after all. Hello, Amy. It's nice to see you here. You are one of the first to join this group chat. Aside from us 3, who came up with the idea for this class reunion project, the purpose of this group chat is to catch up with our past classmates to reforge connections. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. GG. You're the only one I know who writes such long paragraphs of full chat. And it wasn't all of that information already in your email? It never hurts to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Also, I would recommend spelling email as a compound made up of these words, electronic and mail. Don't write e-biz or e-learning either, do you? Anyways, it's nice to meet you again, Amy. Nice to meet you as well. I have to admit that I'm not fully sure whose name belongs to who, though. I told you, using your full name as a chat name, or at least your first name, just like Amy, would make things a lot easier. But Gigi sounds cuter. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like this emoji. Anyways, I'm Angie. Stop using these. We hung out one time, if you still remember. One time. Now that she mentioned it, we did hang out once. We weren't particularly close though. Angie was someone who got along with everyone in our class and was always surrounded by a bunch of other girls. It was the same when we went shopping. She invited me directly, and I wasn't sure how to decline. I initially assumed that we'd go with a few people, but it ended up being an entire group of 15. Holy Jesus. Hanging out with so many people at once was a bit much. I didn't dislike Angie, though I did genuinely enjoy hanging out with her one-on-one. And you know, Maya is Mike. Don't mind his frequent typographical errors. You'll have to get used to them. Hello? He's a bit shy, but he'll open up to you in no time. Hi, Mike. I'm not sure. I don't think we interacted much during our time at school, did we? I don't think so. Mike didn't have too big of a presence, so I'm not surprised that you didn't remember him. Only because he was shy, though. He was really good at sports. If he had been less timid, he would have likely been very popular. I feel like this person likes Mike. Now, when we're talking about Mike, do we mean that one? You 3 seem so close. Were you friends back at school? I don't remember seeing them just seeing them hanging out together. Kind of. It was Angie's fault. Don't make it sound like a bad thing. I noticed that Blaze and Mike always hung out alone, so I befriended them. We needed to hang out frequently. Our friendship lasted beyond school. I wasn't good at making friends. I probably would have been fine alone, but it was nice to have people I could share my thoughts with. Aww. It was, by the way, also Angie's idea to create this group reunion chat. Mike or Finger, and I ended up being dragged into it. Mike tends to be pretty disorganized, so figured they'd need me to handle the administrative side, and I guess reforging contacts just in case they come in handy later isn't a bad idea either. I joined because I was hoping that I could get to know my classmates properly, since I missed out on that when I was still in school. I noticed that you became more outgoing recently. I think that's great. I bet you do. So, what have you all been up to after leaving school? I'll start. This might come as a surprise, but I've been working in software development. This was a surprise indeed. It was very much a surprise. Angie was often open about herself to... Yeah, Angie was very often open to herself about anyone who would listen. But I had never heard of her being into tech. I personally think that there was no reason to keep your love for programming a secret back then, Angie. Yeah, it wasn't anything bad after all. Well, I just thought it would make me seem weird or something. Hee. Well, my past suspicions are sometimes being confirmed, unfortunately. There are some colleagues and clients at my computer that make snarky comments. They're just big poo-poo head, don't mind them. Yeah, we know how skilled you are. What you do. Thanks, guys. I'm glad I was able to talk about my hobby with you back then, at least. That was probably the reason why we got so close in the first place. Can you imagine my surprise, Amy, when Blaze came up to me out of the blue and told me that he knew I was into programming? I totally thought he was about to blackmail me. Turns out he's just really smart and wanted to confirm his suspicions. It didn't make sense I kept the secret from Blaze and Mike after all, so I just poured my heart out about all the nerdy stuff I couldn't talk about with anyone else to them. Bit off topic, but that emoji you use gives me heartburn. Yes, it's quite odd. I think it's cute. Anyways, you're next, Mike. You'll be surprised to hear what Mike's been up to, Amy. Actually, how about you guess first? I didn't know Mike at all, so I wasn't sure how I was supposed to guess his current job. All I know about him that he was into sports back in school. Something with sports? I knew you'd guess that. It's probably a bit of a weird jump from sports, but I work with animals. I enjoyed sports in school. I also liked biology. Also, always felt awkward around animals, and I always felt less awkward around animals and humans. So I ended up studying zoology and became a keeper. That's really cool. So you work at a zoo? Yeah, it's really fun. I actually forgot to account that I have to work with people even when working at the zoo. But my coworkers are really cool, and thanks to them, I became a bit more sociable. I could tell this guy didn't pass like 8th grade English because he doesn't even capitalize his eyes. Which is why I hope I can get to know my classmates properly now. Anyways, I probably wrote too much. Your turn, Blaze. Blaze's story is more interesting. I see my time has come then. I knew early on that I wanted to study and practice law. I figured it would be adequate challenge to and prove to be fulfilling career. After some research, I concluded that one of the best options for me was Yale University in the United States of America. It was fairly low acceptance rate, but I wasn't too worried. Currently, I'm in my last semester. Do you have any further questions? That sounds great. What is America like? Well, it's hard to generalize as it's a very big country, but what impressed me were the contrast between the big cities and the more rural areas of America. I also really like spending time at parks. They're very pleasant. Forgot to ask earlier, but have you made friends there? I'd love to get to know them. Oh, can I, oh, okay. He's not replying. That's probably a reply in itself. Blaze did always have trouble making friends because of how unapproachable he made himself. Oh, I don't need any friends in America. I could just hang out online with you. Aw, that's sweet. You know, Amy Blaze may seem very unfriendly but he's actually very nice. He always helped me with anything if I needed any help and not just studying. Yeah, he's a bit of a... What is that? What is that word?
Sunere.
Tunzdre? Tunzdre? I'm probably butchering this word. What is... You know, someone who seems cold or harsh but gets warm and kind as you get to know them. The one who says, it's not like you or anything. Fuck. I would never say that. Here. I wasn't following this conversation at all. Their replies just made me more confused. Yes, I'm very confused about what's going on here. Anyways, what about you, Amy? What have you been doing? Oh, you know, the usual. Murdering people, joining cults. Nothing as interesting as you three. I'm working at a convenience store to bridge time until I'm sure I know what I want to do in the long term. No worries, I'm sure you'll figure out soon enough. Yeah, it took me some thinking to find out I wanted to be a keeper. There's no rush. I wouldn't recommend wasting too much time either, though. But I guess there's nothing wrong with taking your time to make sure that you choose the right career path for you. They were a bit of an odd bunch, but they all seemed very nice people overall. Well, Blaze seemed a bit stuck up, but I trust Angie and Mike's assessments of him. They knew him way longer than I did. My stomach is rumbling. Right, I haven't eaten anything since coming home. I'll be AFK for a bit. I'll make myself something to eat. See you in a bit. Should get something too. Be back in a bit. A software developer, a zookeeper, and a lawyer. They all had chosen really interesting career paths. I couldn't help but feel bad about my lack of
Thereof.
I have no idea about programming. It seemed too tough for me anyways, so I guess that wouldn't work for me. I'm allergic to animal hair, The zookeeper would likely be out of the question. Also, not smart enough to become a lawyer. Sigh. What am I good at? Stocking shelves? Oh well, I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe I can give, maybe they can give me some tips later. For now, I'll warm up with some leftover.
Risotto.
That should help me improve my mood. How late is it now? How late is it now? Huh? 3 a.m. There's still some time left until Liv wakes up. I wonder how well she remembers Angie, Blaze, and Mike. Now that I think about it, how come the three of them are still awake? Maybe I should ask when I come back to my laptop. Here we go. I'm back with food and renewed motivation. My headphones broken? Sound seems weird. Oh well. I was planning on buying new ones anyways soon, so. The music is still listenable. It sounds a bit distorted. I'll manage. Let's see how they've been chatting, or what they've been chatting about while I was gone. Apparently nothing. They probably have their own group chat. Right. I wanted to ask them how come they're still awake. I'm back, gamers! Welcome back! WB. Hello again. I've been wondering, how come you guys are still awake? It's still early evening here in America, so it's a time zone difference in my case. Tomorrow, I have tomorrow off. Usually, like staying up late when I don't have to wake up early the next day. Also, I might have had too much coffee and can't sleep. I had a late at the zoo. Currently transitioning to be a night keeper. Shift. That's an embarrassing typo. This is why I tell you to double check your messages before sending them. I hung out with some of the owls. They're chill. Not a fan of the scorpions though. They're active at night and scurry around. Scorpions? It's a shame. It's the same for me. I also work the late night shift and stay up a few hours after getting home. The main reason I stay up after my night shift is so I can chat with Liv before going to sleep. Liv gets up early, so that is usually the best time for me to catch up with her online. You probably got Blaze's invitation as well. I assume she'll join once she's awake. Hey, I have an idea. How about we tell each other an embarrassing secret that we could all get to know each other better. That way we could all get to know each other better. Oh my god, that's such a great idea. Let's just share ideas with people that I've probably met like once ever. Like I've only hung out with you one time, but yes, let me just go on and yes, see, Blaze gets the idea. That's a dumb idea. That's stupid. I'm not sure about this. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to come up with anything interesting. And also, I don't feel like sharing secrets with half strangers, even if they are past classmates. I guess it's fine. Please don't cry. Alright, if Mike thinks it's okay, then I guess I'll play along. This dude really likes her. There's something going on. Okay. No worries. Amy, can you just pass or tell us something general about yourself? We don't know you that well, so that'd be totally fine. Alright then. I guess I'll tell them something random about myself rather than an actual secret. Alright, I'll go first since I proposed it. You already know about my love for programming when I was at school, so that's not much of a secret anymore. Instead, I'll tell you about something else. This is probably not something unnormal, but sometimes I feel jealous of other people. I guess I don't like this about myself because I don't want to have negative thoughts about others. Especially happen this especially happens when people openly share things they're passionate about. Probably because I never got to talk about my hobby openly. Thanks for sharing. Don't worry, feeling jealous is sometimes normal. I agree. How you deal with these things is what's important. You go next, Blaze. I'm still thinking. Alright then. I'll share the worst day of my life. Dramatic pause. I got a C in grade school. What a nerd. Imagine getting mad over getting a C. Imagine that being the worst day of your life is getting a C, you loser, you absolute loser. Alright. I guess coming from Blaze, this is a big confession. You'll never understand my pain. Whatever. I'm next. Blaze and Angie already know, but it might be a surprise for you, Amy. When I was in school, I did sports and took care of what I ate. But since finishing school, I kind of abandoned sports, and I'm not as careful about eating healthy. So I gained some weight, meaning I don't have much. I mean, I don't look how much I used to. The keeper job is physically demanding, but not enough of the level to outlevel my love for food. I don't think it's really a problem as long as it doesn't affect your health in a major way. Yeah, and there are definitely women out there who are into chubby but underneath muscular guys. Something going on here. Why is the music getting... Is that the music getting weird? Anyways, your turn, Amy. Mike working at the zoo reminded me of something that's not much of a secret, though. I'd never be able to work at a zoo because of my animal hair allergy. She just sneezed. But on top of that, I'm also allergic to iguanas. Okay. You even find something like that out? Yeah, exactly. What? It's a long story. I'd love to hear about it when we meet in person for the reunion. Anyway, my turn again. I guess I can tell you somewhat of a follow-up to my last admission. There was just one time when I felt especially jealous. It was someone I knew who was... That was weird. It was somebody I knew who was into sprinting. She was really passionate about it, and it was the topic of most of our conversations. My attempts at changing the topic were usually unsuccessful. She was really good at running. Definitely would have become a successful athlete. Would have? It was a bit painful to listen to her speak about her hobbies. What? Openly, while being reminded that I couldn't talk about my own. But I've whatever that says, I think it says find a smile every time we walk. A smile every time we talked and tried not to let it faze me. Eventually, I had to find a way to vent so I wouldn't explode. Oh well, I did something that I'm definitely not proud of. I ended up putting tracks in her running shoes. What? That's my face exactly. What the f? What? Why? Oh, yeah. That was unexpected. I always saw Angie as a kind person. I never really expected her to... I expected her to resort to that. I never really expected her to resort to that. But I guess everyone has their dark side. And it seemed like Angie was regretting it. I guess you do stupid stuff when you're younger. I assume it's my turn then. This time, I'll recount something that might be more interesting to you. Don't forget to split up your messages so it's easier to read. Alright then, I'll try. When I was very young, I knew someone who went on my nerves more than anyone else. He was lazy, got bad grades, was vulgar, and overall unpleasant person, and he always followed me around trying to befriend me, no matter how much I declined, until something happened on a school trip. We had we had to go hiking on a mountain, and I'm being not very fit, hung back. And since the boy, to my disrement, wanted to hang out with me, we hung back as well. He kept passionately talking my ear off about something irrelevant, but I didn't remember what exactly. Well, he distracted himself so much that he slipped and toppled over the edge. He managed to grab the root that was protruding out of the cliffside. Apparently, due to the shock, he wasn't able to cry out for help. All he could do was gasp in desperation. The teacher and the other kids ahead of us hadn't heard what had happened and kept walking on. There was several things I could have done in that moment. I could have grabbed his hand, or I could have cried out to the teacher. But no, I didn't do anything. All I could think of in that moment was how little would be lost if the boy were to disappear. What? What the f? And I continued walking, pretending I didn't notice. The boy was found dead at the foot of the mountain not too long after. The teacher shouldered the responsibility as she was supposed to watch us, but I knew I was at fault. No shit. I still remember his face when he mouthed for help without getting a single sound out. Tears in his eyes. What the f? That's heavy. That's heavy, huh? Oh yeah, that's heavy. Yeah. Yeah, that's just heavy. Totally didn't just let this. Yeah, that's all you gotta say. Just that's heavy. It's heavy, man. And we have him. Def a setup from the story about you getting a C. Def a step up from the story about you getting a C. This is really something he should be openly sharing with me. Is this something he should really be openly sharing with me? This is very serious. I guess it wasn't like Blaze actively killed him, but Blaze was still young. But that's still very extreme story. More than extreme. He watched somebody get murdered. Alright then, my turn again. My secret is work related, so please don't tell anyone. Don't want to get fired. Why would you share it then? Why share it then, you f***ing idiot? It wasn't like I knew where he worked anyways, though I wonder if he should be telling me secrets that could cost him his job. I oftentimes stay late at the zoo after most of the others have left. The ones working the night shifts usually don't notice. Sounds relatively harmless so far. I don't like that sound. I'd often skip dinner when staying at the zoo, so I'd be hungry at night. So eventually the intrusive thoughts started. I'd start wondering what the animals at the zoo would taste like. Did you know that seals look chunky, but their meat is less than 2% fat? Also lots of protein. There are also indigenous people who eat parrots. Also heard of people eating tigers somewhere. Anyhow, these thoughts are troubling. I see animals at the zoo as friends and family, and thinking about eating friends and family is troubling. That kind of weirded me out. The longer this secret is sharing the longer the secret sharing is going on, the more unsympathetic everyone seems, and the more uncomfortable I'm becoming. So I guess that's what happens when people start sharing their darkest secrets. It's 4 AM already. I should go take a shower. I'm gonna be gone for a bit. Alright, see you later. Okay. I don't want to know what he does. The more I think about it, the more I wonder what they wrote is true. Angie bullied and physically hurt somebody. Blaze let somebody die, and Mike is thinking about eating animals he works with. Those were pretty shocking stories. But would they be sharing them with almost a stranger like me? Were they playing a prank on me? That's a good question. This could all be a goof. Ew. That was nice. So, do I dare open the chat again? I suspect things have become pretty awkward after these confessions. Seems like no one had written new messages since I left. Hey, Amy's back! Welcome back. Hello again. Huh? How could they even tell I was back? What? Full chat doesn't have any online anyways. Or offline indications. Alright, with Amy being back, how about we continue? Okay, so they know I'm back. They must be watching me through my webcam. I have up here. Interesting. So now I'm being stalked. So I think it is now time to contact the authorities and pray. I volunteer to go next. I'd like to share the aftermath of what I experienced on that trip. I trust you're familiar with the concept of natural selection. It's a term popularized by Charles Darwin. The term natural selection is oftentimes used mockingly whenever someone hurts themselves while doing something unintelligent. Sometimes said unintelligent actions even result in death. The boy's death I talked about might fit this category. That got me thinking. If instead of leaving it up to chance, you were to force said natural selection. I was joking at the beginning when I was like, these people might be murderers or whatever, but I'm starting to think this is a group of super freaks, and I think if I were in Amy's shoes, I'd be out of here. These people would not be in my life anymore. I would move. I would be gone. Which would make it less natural, of course. But if I were to do that, I wouldn't choose the affected randomly. I would use myself as the standard measure to filter out the ones who were big margin inferior to me. I'd very likely be good judge of a people's capabilities of whether they are justified in living. So I gave it a go. Of course you did. And it was pretty successful. I would research them and come up with a challenge and warn them of the consequences that would await them. If they were to fail, and I thought up pretty clever consequences, if I might add. This is f***ing Chris McClane in disguise, dude. Swimmers who didn't succeed drowned with their arms and feet tied up. Singers got their vocal cords ripped out, and cooks were cooked alive. What the f***? Despite the challenges being rather easy, in my opinion, at least few survived. The ones who did survive rose to their new heights. Do you know, however you say that bowler who became famous for never missing a strike this year? There was also some commotion around him missing 2 fingers out of nowhere. You have me to thank for that. Oh no. He was to have one of his fingers smashed to a pulp with a bowling ball for every strike he missed. He did unfortunately miss 2. The first because he didn't believe my threat. Second, because he was too afraid of what would happen the next time he'd miss. Quitting bowling wasn't an option, of course. He'd lose more fingers if he did that. Smash, smash, smash! Using a bowling ball was a bit inefficient, but it did get the point across. Nice. A bit brutal, but if it works, it works. What the? What kind of twisted prank is this? I'll go next. This is something that had to do with the girl who loved running I told you about. I don't know. No. Can we close full chat out? We're oh, okay. Well, I guess not. Well, putting the tracks into her shoes wasn't the only thing I did. No matter what I did, she wouldn't give up running. I tried everything. I put laxatives in her food before an important race. I spread nasty rumors about her, like how weird she smelled when she trained because she sweated so much. Eventually, I found one prominent solution to this problem. I invited her to a scheduled part of the school building where no one would bother us, and pushed her down the stairs. She wasn't too badly hurt, so she twisted her ankle. Fortunately, I prepared a sledgehammer in advance. What the hell? It was pretty heavy, but I managed to lift it. And I shattered her legs. I brought the hammer down over and over. I could still hear the crunching mixed with her screams. I loved the look on her face when she realized that she'd never be able to run again. Of course, she tried to accuse me of it, but no one would believe her. There was no evidence. I was well liked by teachers and students, so she was called a liar who was jealous of me and probably just got into an accident and tried to frame me. That was when I got a taste for destroying other people's dreams. I felt similarly ecstatic when I stabbed the eardrums of a composer and peeled his skin off of a model. Ha! I'm getting nostalgic. Nostalgia critic? I can relate. Very relatable. This is beyond being a bad prank. This was sick. Alright, let me tell you this as well. At the zoo, there was a penguin that I was really close to. Hung out with him regularly. Played a lot with him. He was really cute. Was probably my closest friend aside from Angie and Blaze. He really seemed to like me back. None of the keepers were close to him as me. Whenever I entered the pen, he'd run up right away. He's also always sad when I had to leave. I'd been very sad if anything ever happened to that penguin. The music getting very weird. I'm starting to think that something did bad happen to that penguin. And, let's continue, shall we? One night, I stays in the penguin's pen. He had convinced me to sleep over. Convinced you? I was watching him sleep peacefully when the hunger came on. Uh-oh. I did it. You did what exactly? I killed him and ate him. Right then and there, raw. I was crying, but he tasted so good. Then I moved to the... whatever that says. Also one of my best friends. Then a tiger baby I myself helped deliver. I ate them all while crying. But the sadder the death was, the better they tasted. Eventually, my curiosity transitioned from animals to coworkers. He's a cannibal. How sad would it be if I ate them? How tasty would they be? Alright, this is screwed up. Very screwed up. They all have disturbing imaginations and I want no part of it. Also, what is up with my headphones? I keep hearing these weird sounds. Yeah, sure. Alright, I just remembered. Amy, is this your address? What the... Why do you have this? I made sure to research everyone's address to be able to find a good meeting spot for the in-person event that most people would not object to. How about we visit Amy now that we're friends? That sounds like a great idea. I'm a bit far away. As an American, it might take me a few minutes. Alright, I've had enough. They're seriously creeping me out. There's no way I'm going to keep talking to them while no other classmates have joined. Maybe we can make a new group chat without these three. Huh? Message from Liv? I guess she's awake already. Hey, Amy. Hey, Liv. Have you received the group chat invite from Blaze? They're planning a class reunion, but they're being very weird. Invite? Can't say I got one. Didn't Blaze say that he sent an invite to all our past classmates? That's odd. But hey, this reminds me of an urban legend I read recently. It's about a scary group chat message stuff. Let me send you a link. When we click this link, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. That's it. The computer's gonna explode. As soon as I click this link, they're going to get my IP. They already have it actually. When I click the link to the group chat, they probably already have it. Liv's probably in on this. I joined a group of murderers, and I was the victim they chose. That's why nobody else has been invited. That's my theory. I'm the victim. They're gonna kill me. I've been chosen. I've been selected. Natural selection. They have selected me. There she goes again with these urban legends, occult stories. Occult? She really can't get enough of them. Of course it's Twitter. Twitter. Not exactly in the mood for scary stories, but I'll humor Liz. Or Liv. Liv. What the hell? Why is it all red? Horrifying chat room. Don't click their invitation. A rumor has been making its rounds recently. Some of the readers have been reported getting scary group chat invitations from old acquaintances, distant family, and work colleagues. Don't click the invite to these links. These chats invitations under any circumstances. Witnesses reports speak of 3 different ghosts that can be encountered in said rooms. The gluttonous ghost that can be no matter how much it eats. A ghost filled with regret and jealousy that thrives off destroying other people's happiness. A ghost that feels superior to everyone and wants to get rid of anyone that it sees as beneath it. These invitations usually appear at night and disappear the next day. If it doesn't disappear, then it's likely a legit invitation. If not, you've been contacted by these ghosts. If you accept their invitation and keep chatting with them, they will enter your home. To avoid them, you need to ignore said invitation until it disappears. Again, do not click any chat invite links that you receive at night. A little too late for that one, champ. Someone sent a message into the group chat. We're here. We're here. We're here. Oh. Oh. Hello. That's a little creepy. Oh. Is that it? Is that the game? Holy crap. That was that gave me goosebumps. That kind of that kind of had me a little creeped out when they started talking about all that weird stuff, especially when the dude started saying they started eating the animals and stuff. Holy crap, that was really short, but that was a good game. I would love to see more games like this. I love these type of games. Anyways, if any of you would like to see more games like this, leave a comment and I will do more. Leave a like if you want to, and I honestly want to play more games like this. I actually enjoyed this, even though it was so short. This is probably one of the cooler games that I've played. Just looking up stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna head out because it's very late for me, and I played this in the dark, and now I am terrified that I'm going to be killed tomorrow by 3 ghosts or whatever. But yeah, shall see you guys in the next video. So long, farewell.